if you're at the beach. You dive in, a wave catches you off guard, and suddenly your mouth is full of it. That sharp, bitter, almost overwhelming saltiness. You spit it out, you wipe your face, and for about 3 seconds you think, why is this so salty? Then the moment passes, and you go back to swimming. But here's what nobody ever told you. That saltiness didn't start in the ocean. 4 billion years ago, this water was completely fresh. The water you'd have scooped up then, you could have actually drunk it. So what happened between then and the mouthful you just spat out? The answer is a 4 billion year heist with 3 separate thieves working from 3 different directions at the same time. Welcome to Simple Things Analysis, where we take the things you walk past every day and reveal the logic behind them. Today, the ocean's salt. You learned in school that rain is just water. That's almost true. But the moment a raindrop forms, it starts changing. As it falls, it absorbs carbon dioxide from the air. By the time it reaches the ground, it becomes a very weak acid, carbonic acid. You won't feel it, but over long time periods, it matters. When this rain hits rocks like granite, basalt, or limestone, it slowly breaks them down. Tiny ions get released: sodium, calcium, magnesium, and they get carried away by water flowing downhill. Eventually, everything ends up in rivers, and rivers carry those minerals into the sea. Even today, this is still happening. You just don't notice it because the concentration is extremely small. The ocean is where all of it slowly builds up over time. Here's the key process that keeps everything moving. Water evaporates. Salt does not. When the sun heats the ocean, only pure water turns into vapor. No sodium, no chloride, nothing dissolved goes up into the sky. It forms clouds, falls as rain, and the cycle repeats. Rain dissolves more rock. Rivers carry more minerals. Everything flows back to the ocean, but the minerals always stay behind. Every cycle, every year, for billions of years. That's how a faint mineral mix slowly turns into a salty ocean. But there's something important people often miss. Sodium is only half the story. Chloride, the other half of salt, comes from somewhere completely different. Go back 4.5 billion years. The early Earth is covered in violent volcanic activity, constantly releasing gases into the atmosphere. Among those gases is hydrogen chloride. When it mixes with water vapor, it falls back as acid rain, not just mildly acidic, but strongly reactive compared to today's rain. That chloride eventually ends up in the ocean. So now we have both parts of salt. Sodium coming from rocks via rivers, chloride coming from volcanic gases in the sky. They meet in the ocean and form Nakel salt. The ocean didn't start salty. It became salty from 2 completely different sources working at the same time. But here's where things stop making sense. Rivers alone bring roughly 4 billion tons of dissolved minerals into the ocean every year. Volcanoes add even more. And the sun keeps concentrating everything that arrives. If this has been happening for 4 billion years, the ocean should be far, far saltier than it actually is. In fact, it should almost be solid mineral at this point. But it isn't. So something must be removing salt at the same time, constantly, and almost perfectly balanced. The question is, what is it? 2 miles below the surface, in total darkness, the seafloor is not solid. It's cracked. Seawater slowly seeps into those cracks and gets pulled deep into the Earth's crust. There, it meets extremely hot rock. The water heats up, reacts chemically, and then blasts back into the ocean through hydrothermal vents often called black smokers. This process removes certain minerals like magnesium and sulfates and replaces them with others. This system was only discovered in 1977 near the Galapagos Rift. Before that, no one even knew it existed. But biology is also part of the system. Marine organisms pull dissolved calcium from seawater to build shells. When they die, those minerals sink to the ocean floor and get buried permanently. So salt goes in, and salt also comes out. The ocean stays balanced. here's something even more interesting. Seawater is about 220 times saltier than freshwater lakes. That level of saltiness isn't random. It turns out it's close to the ideal range for the first single-celled organisms to survive and maintain internal chemical balance. Too little salt, and there's no stable gradient for life to use. Too much salt, and biological systems break down. So the ocean ended up in a very specific range, not because it was designed, but because over 4 billion years, everything balanced itself: rain-breaking rocks, volcanoes releasing gases, vents cycling minerals, and life locking some of them away. The salt you taste at the beach is not just salt. It is the result of all those systems working together over unimaginable time. Here's your comment word for this video. The ocean has more than 80 dissolved elements in it, including gold, lithium, uranium, and even traces of gases from ancient Earth. If you could extract one element from seawater and use it for something, what would it be? One word. Drop it below. This is Simple Things Analysis. See you in the next one.